And now, back by popular demand, it is time to find out who won the week. Back with me are Tiffany, Jason, and Jamal. Tiffany Cross, who won the week?
All right. While everybody was talking about the shutdown and Nancy Pelosi, I'm going to say that Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez won the week. They were named to the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, which is chaired by Congressman Elijah Cummings out of Maryland. Well, Congressman Cummings laid out his entire investigative slate this week, and I'm just going to tell you guys, the hearings are going to be lit. He's going after everybody. He's going after Michael Flynn. He's going after Sebastian Gorka. He's going after security clearance issues for the unofficial advisor on all the things, Jared Kushner. They have some powerful hearings coming up. Matt Whitaker is going to be testifying before this committee. He's the acting AG at the DOJ. Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross is going to be testifying over this censorship question. And so you're going to be able to watch these three young, very dynamic women work, W-O-R-K, and work, W-E-R-K. Yes. I'm ready for it. I'm here for all of it.
AOC, Rashida, and Ayanna about to take over that committee. It is going to be very interesting. By the way, I will say that top you're wearing, Tiffany, might have also won the week. That's cute. That's cute. I know we're not supposed to comment on, women's appearances, but that top is cute. Okay, let's move on to Jamal, who's also wearing a fetching, very attractive, in order to make sure this is all fair. Jamal.
We are going off the rails. Yes.
Who won the
week? My pick for the winner of the week is obviously, for me, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. I think that she showed how it's done. What she understands about Donald Trump is you don't give in to Trump. He comes at you, you come at him harder. And she fought him to a place where he had to finally submit. I think that, and she still, as you showed up earlier, she still hasn't told him he gets to give his State of the Union address. I think that is the most gangster move of the week. Thank you for what you gave me. Yes. And now we can discuss whether or not I'm going to take care of you on the back.
Is an AKA, so everybody who doesn't know what those are, look those up because you're going to need to know them. They're going to be a quiz at the end of the election. Let's go to Jason Johnson. I'm not going to comment on your attire because you're usually so cynical that I can't even focus on your clothes.
That's true. That's true.
Who won the week?
The winner of the week is the Democratic Party of South Carolina. Look, they had 5 presidential contenders come there this week. This will be the largest field that South Carolina has seen in almost 30 years. People are spending money. People are spending time. That state has now turned into the black woman's primary, which means black women consultants and political leaders in that state are going to matter more. Stephen Benjamin, who is the first black mayor of the city of Columbia, South Carolina, is now the head of the Conference of Mayors. He is a kingmaker. If you are a black person who is running against Lindsey Graham or in any way involved in 2020, you won this week. This week put South Carolina on the map.
Well, can I say quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Just to Jason's point that Jamie Harrison, he was the first African-American chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party, and he's thinking about challenging Lindsey Graham. We're going to write about it in the Beat tomorrow, so tune in.
Interesting. Well,
he's not the only one.
We learned in 2008 that South Carolina is the candidacy killer. It really is. It's where candidates, I mean, Iowa and New Hampshire are important, but increasingly it's South Carolina that makes or breaks campaigns. All right, those are great answers, but now I'm going to tell you who actually won the week. All right, the actual answer, the correct answer is flight attendants and air traffic controllers, who you could argue ended this 35-day horrible, abominable government shutdown. Let me first play you Sarah Nelson speaking about the impact of the shutdown on aviation workers this week, and she is from the flight attendants union. Go ahead.
Not only are we aviation's first responders, we are the last line of defense. And we are going to work today understanding that the layers of security that need to be there, the layers of security that were put in place after 9/11 when the TSA was created, are not there. This is about our safety and security and our jobs and our entire country's economic stability. No one will get out of this unscathed if we do not stop this shutdown.
And if the flight attendants being afraid to fly when half of the air traffic controllers are on furlough didn't shake you enough and scare enough people, here are the air traffic controllers. Here's a representative of them, which I think shook everybody this week. Take a listen.
Air traffic controllers' main job is to prevent planes from hitting each other. They need to be focused on doing that job 100% of the time. They shouldn't be driving for Uber before their shift. They shouldn't be waiting tables. They should be getting rested. They're political pawns in a reckless game of chicken, and they need to be pulled out of that game.
Wow. All right, let me just poll the three of you really quickly. Who had more of an impact on finally getting Mitch McConnell to be the Senate Majority Leader and the shutdown, Tiffany? Do you think it was the air traffic controllers or his caucus?
Oh, definitely the air traffic controllers. I think, a lot of people want to give, Donald Trump credit for ending this shutdown, but I'm quite certain that NFL owners were going to be pretty perturbed if people couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Yep. And these are his billionaire BFFs who were like, hold on, son, we got to end this. Exactly. So air traffic controllers for sure.
Quickly, Jamal, who was more decisive?
I would say the flight attendants and the air traffic controllers, to piggyback on Tiffany. It wasn't just getting to the Super Bowl. They threatened private planes from being able to take off and land. That's straight at the Republican base.
Can't even get off the ground. Very quickly, Jason, we're done.
I got to say, you know I'm a cynic. He didn't care about the air traffic controllers. He didn't care about people suffering. He cared that his caucus was about to steamroll him and push through another bill. That's what ended up changing McConnell's decision, not a bunch of people suffering.
Cynical to the end, Jason Johnson. Jamal Simmons and Tiffany Cross, slightly sunnier. Tiffany, that top, Twitter's going to love it. Coming up.